Michelle says, I have a further question on background sounds. I live in a busy street, very close to a fire station. During this retreat, this was the first time realizing all the outside noise. What suggestions do you have to focus and tune inwards? That's a really great question. So I encourage to notice the sounds themselves. So with the fire station close by, probably some high pitches, high volume. So noticing that range of sound. Can you notice the sound of the engine, the tires? Can you notice when the fire engines are turning or going straight? Do you hear the horn? The change of the sound as it gets closer or goes further away. Can you notice the second the sounds start? Can you notice the second that you can't hear any more sounds? In other words, welcoming the sound and sensing the sounds entering the ears. It's part of your experience, just as emotions are, just as all sorts of physical sensations. And we receive the sounds into the ears without judgment. We can titrate back and forth between focusing on the sounds or not. Are the sounds of a fire engine annoyance? They're getting in the way of something else? And what is that something else for you in that moment? You could use it as an opportunity for a heart-based practice in which we're sending care to the people that the fire engine is wanting to help, or gratitude that we have such services, care to the firefighters to stay safe, or gratitude for the firefighters themselves. All sorts of heart practices there. Are we reacting to the sounds by thinking they should not be there, or oh no, my meditation is ruined, or darn it, I'm being distracted by something else in my experience? Are the sounds bothering you? Or are you bothering the sounds by being reactive to them? In other words, there's the energy of the sound enveloping you. And is your judgment or reactivity a reaction to the sound in a way that's sort of aggressive to the sound? Like, are you fighting with the sound? So are the sounds bothering you, or are you bothering the sound? So those are all just, variety of ways we can be curious about how we're relating to sounds as quote unquote distractions. But with mindfulness practice, the longer we practice, typically, the more welcoming we are of life. Can I be with this? And this? And that, which was totally from left field. Can I be with that? And find an appropriate response rather than like judgmental reactivity. So easier said than done. So for some of us, it's a fire station. For some of us, it's a crying baby. For some of us, it's a phone call from our boss. Certain politician's voice. Neighbor's dog barking. Yeah, touche, touche. My own dog barking. Yeah. And whenever I hear of a police car, I've just kind of trained myself to think, oh, may whoever they're helping be okay. That's just kind of where my mind goes. I used to live in like downtown Oakland and I'd hear him all the time. And I was like, I can't fight with this. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna go crazy.